Hey, what's up YouTube? King James here. The CARV.2 or CARV.2 or whatever the hell we're calling it is out, and it's a tactical rifle like the M16 or the AUG. It's brand new and you have to unlock it. But is it better than the M16? Is it good at all? Does it work? Well, I played with it a little bit and I've got a little bit of, some footage and some gameplay and a couple comparisons that I want to show you. So let's get right into it right now. So I unlocked the gun in Cold War, and then I took it into Rebirth and Warzone and tried it out a little bit, and I can tell you it's just as punishing as the M16 is. It has a lot of damage, a good time to kill, tons of range, there's no damage drop off at all, and it's 2 bursts to get an enemy down. It's just as punishing as the M16 or the AUG was, I guess even in Season 2. Now in Season 3, the CARV.2, it feels like the Season 2 M16 and AUG did. It's really strong, and it's good to use, and it has very little recoil. And even when I didn't have it fully unlocked and didn't have the agency suppressor, it was still really good. So it's very strong, it's really comfortable to use, and one thing I like about it is low recoil. If you watch here, see how little shake there is? Let me show you a little side by side though. So I line the two up and have a look. Look at how much shake there is over here on the M16 and how little there is on the CARV.2. Check it out in slow-mo. You see how much this one's bouncing in and out, the M16, but look at the CARV.2, it barely moves. It's totally different. I can't believe the difference in the axial arm between the two guns. So here's the base stats for the two guns, and we're really used to the M16, 436 RPM, 72 head, and 40 everywhere else. Where the CARV, it does 514 as the base RPM, so a little bit higher, and it does slightly less damage. And you can see pretty well everything else is the same. The ADS speed, the movement speed, the mag size, all that stuff is basically the same. And the one thing it's a little bit better on is the reload time is 2.37 seconds versus 2.5. Now that's not much, but it is a little better, and it has a higher rate of fire. So here's the time to kill for the M16 and the CARV, and check this out. The M16 is the orange line, and at close, it's just under 0.9 seconds, all the way up to at 139 meters over 1.1, where the CARV.2 is only 0.7, and it stays below 0.9, which is the lowest the M16 is at close. It's actually lower than that at range. So it actually has a much lower time to kill than the M16, and it's easier to shoot, has less recoil and less shake on the reticle, which is crazy. So they've almost outclassed the M16 with the CARV.2 now. And when I was using it, I noticed it and I couldn't figure out why it felt so good. That's probably why. But let's have a quick look at the gun build and talk about bullet velocity and a couple other things. So to unlock the CARV.2, you need to get a double kill. So that's 2 kills in about 3 or 4 seconds in 10 different matches. So you can do it in Cold War in multiplayer. It's really easy to do there. 10 matches will take you about an hour and 40 minutes. Even easier is in zombies. And if you don't have Cold War, wait till a free zombie weekend and you can do it then. You got to get 250 long shot kills in zombies. So just get greater than 50 meters and get 250 kills on zombies with a tactical rifle and you'll have it. Apparently that way takes about an hour. It's even faster than multiplayer. Other than that, you're gonna have to go and plunder, get 2 fast kills, so land superstore or storage and get 2 fast kills and wait till the game ends. You have to wait until the game ends in Cold War. In Warzone, usually you don't, so try that. I'm not 100% sure. If you know, let me know in the comment section down below. So I've been using my CARV.2 with the LC10, and if you haven't checked out my SMG shootout, you need to check it out. They've done a whole bunch of nerfs on the ARs, so SMGs are really back into the meta for the close range weapons. And I just did an SMG shootout of all the really popular guns, comparing them on all kinds of different things. So I'll go ahead and I'll link it right up here. You need to go and check that out. But let me show you my CARV.2 setup. But just before I do that, I want to say thank you to everybody who's recently subbed to the channel and is here watching my videos. I really appreciate all that love and support. So thank you guys. And if you haven't subbed to the channel, consider subscribing because it really does help small content creators like myself. And I have a lot of new content coming out and I'll always bring you the latest and greatest info and the best builds. So consider subscribing. All right, let me show you my build. So I've got 2 builds for you today, a regular medium to long range build, and then an iron sight closer range build. And I'll show you both of them, but let me show you the medium to long range because it'll probably be the most popular. So starting with the muzzle, agency silencer. Again, for all the other reasons I've mentioned on every other gun, and it's square and looks really cool in this gun for some reason. Sound suppression, vertical recoil control, bullet velocity, and effective damage range. Now I'll talk about the bullet velocity in a sec because I'm going to show you the barrel. So let's pick that. And then for the barrels, let me show you the bullet velocity chart because I did a little bit of testing testing and I got some results for you. And let me show you how good it is. So I did some bullet velocity testing, and the only barrel that gives any kind of bullet velocity at all is the cavalry. And it doesn't even say on the barrel that it does bullet velocity. It says vehicle damage, but I don't even think it has vehicle damage. But this one does. It gives you a 29% boost. And then the agency is also a 27% boost. And when you put the two together, it's 55 or 56, probably some frame rounding. So you can get to 944, which is very close to the M16 after they changed the bullet velocities on the M16. So they're both just slightly less than 1,000. 1,000 is really where I like the guns to be, but 944 is good enough that it's gonna work. So the bullet velocity on this, I'm gonna say, is just as good as the M16, but it's a better on rate of fire and has a faster TTK. So let's go back and grab the cavalry barrel. And for some of you guys that have been around for a little while, I did say it right there. Cavalry, not cavalry, cavalry. I'm still getting it. All right, there it is. Now for optic, Axial Arms 3X. You saw how smooth it was in the video when I was using it. It was completely still. It doesn't shake like the M16 at all. I don't know why it's so much better. Now, a lot of guys are running the SUSAT multi-zoom because it has way less visual shake, but I'm telling you, this thing doesn't have any with this. So it's really good. You can use the optic you like and not have to deal with the shake. So that's another reason why it's better than the M16. Now, I'm not running ammunition. I don't on the M16 anymore because it's got 30 bullets. It's enough. You don't need more than 30 bullets. It bursts 3, that's 10 bursts. That's enough to take all kinds of guys out. So for the underbarrel, Field Agent foregrip for the horizontal and vertical recoil control, that's what makes it shoot so smooth. And rear grip, I'm running the Serpent Wrap. So it gives you much faster ADS time and makes the gun a really easy to use, fast ADS and very little recoil. As soon as you add ammunition on, you lose ADS speed, and sometimes it seems like it increases recoil. I'll have to test these to see if it is doing that, but it feels like it is sometimes. Later on this week, I'll probably bring an optic shootout where I'm going to look at the Axial Arms versus the SUSAT versus the 2X on a bunch of different guns, because I think the recoil on them is different per the different guns. So hang on, we'll check that out hopefully later this week. Now, if you like to use this thing with iron sights, so go ahead and get rid of the Axial Arms and put on for the stock the Raider pad. Now, this thing here gives you a whole bunch of movement. So ADS firing speed, aim, walking, movement speed, and sprint to fire time. So if you want to run this thing and be real, like run up on guys and use it for close range, this is going to be the way you're going to want to run it. It'll keep you off the mini map. You'll still have lots of bullet velocity. Now you can also change out the Cavalry Lancer because you don't need that much bullet velocity, and you can go to the Titanium. It gives you an 8% boost in fire rate. So this is how I would run it right here for real close range if you're really aggressive and you want to go out, guys. If you want to run it just as a normal longer range support rifle, run it how I had it in the beginning with the Cavalry and the Axial Arms 3X instead of the Raider stock. And this will be your long range setup. All right, guys, that's it for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are you going to unlock the CARV.2? To be honest, it's better than the M16. It hits harder, it shoots faster, it has a faster time to kill, it really looks cool, it has less recoil and less shake on the scope. So what's not to like? The thing's a monster. Give it a shot, unlock it, load it up, try out my builds, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I think you're going to be happy and glad you did. Anyways, guys, if you don't see me in Warzone, if you don't see me in multiplayer, it's only a matter of time, baby. King James out.